All right, everybody, welcome back. We're diving deep today. You ready?
Definitely.
Awesome. So we're looking at travel today. We've got Les outils de voyage préférés. That's all about the tools, gadgets and apps, all that. And then we've got texte collé, which is more about like stories, you know, people's experiences.
Yeah.
So we'll be jumping back and forth between practical stuff and just like cool travel tales, right?
The best of both worlds.
Exactly. Hopefully you'll get some ideas for your own adventures or
Yeah.
just, enjoy some armchair travel with us.
That's always fun.
Okay, so both of these, they talk a lot about the importance of having the right tools. But they're not just talking about like a Swiss Army knife.
Right.
They're talking about things that can really make your trip smoother, easier, less stressful. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think that's something a lot of people overlook. They focus so much on the destination, the sites they want to see, but it's those little things, the apps you use, the websites you rely on. Having that toolkit ready can make a world of difference.
Yeah, like think of it as a seasoned traveler handing you their best tips.
Exactly.
And we'll actually have links too for the cool stuff they mentioned down in the description, so definitely check that out.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so let's talk about some of those specific tools. Layout Tools mentioned this app called PackPoint.
Oh, yeah. PackPoint's great.
Have you used it?
I have, yeah. It's so helpful.
Okay, so what it does is you put in your trip details, like where you're going, how long you'll be there, what kind of activities, and then boom, it spits out a customized packing list.
It's like magic.
Right, and it's way better than those generic lists you find online.
Oh, absolutely. Because it considers things like the weather,
Totally.
and whether you need like fancy clothes or hiking boots or whatever.
It's like having a personal assistant.
It really is.
Have you ever forgotten anything essential on a trip?
Oh, countless times. I'm sure everyone has.
Me too. Like once, I forgot my toothbrush on a trip to Iceland.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. That's why I'm all about these packing apps now.
It's definitely a lifesaver. And speaking of stressful travel situations,
Oh, yeah.
Texte Calais has some stories that really highlight the ups and downs, right?
Yeah, like on one hand, there's this magical trip to a small coastal town.
Oh, yeah. Sounds idyllic.
Right. But it's not just the scenery. It's like the author stumbled upon this amazing local festival.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were celebrating their fishing heritage with traditional music, dancing, delicious seafood, just like a totally authentic experience you wouldn't find in a guidebook.
That's the best kind of travel, the stuff you can't plan for.
Absolutely, those serendipitous moments.
Exactly. But then the author also talks about this other trip, and oh boy, everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Oh, no.
Missed flights, terrible weather, just like the whole travel bingo card of unfortunate events.
Oh, that sounds stressful.
It does, right? But here's the thing. The author talks about how those mishaps actually force them to be more adaptable, more resourceful.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Like, travel isn't always going to be perfect, right?
It's true, and sometimes those frustrating moments actually turn into the most memorable stories.
Yeah, and the best lessons learned. Like, you really have to think on your feet.
Exactly. You have to be patient, you have to be creative in finding solutions, and those are skills that translate to so many areas of life, not just travel.
Absolutely. And, reading both these pieces, what struck me is that whether the experience was good or bad, the author emphasized how each trip, each encounter shapes you.
I completely agree. Like, whether you're connecting with locals at a festival or figuring out how to navigate a foreign bus system after your flight's been delayed, it all adds to your personal story, right?
Exactly. It broadens your perspective. It challenges your assumptions.
It definitely does. Travel has this amazing power to push us out of our comfort zones, to force us to engage with different cultures, different ways of life, and ultimately, it helps us understand the world and ourselves better.
And sometimes that means getting a little uncomfortable, a little lost, right?
Yeah,
But that's often where the real growth happens.
that's so true.
So whether you're meticulously planning your next big adventure
Yeah,
or just daydreaming about far-off places,
right.
remember those tools, those tips, those apps, those resources?
You're there to help.
Exactly. Be prepared. Be open to the unexpected.
Embrace those serendipitous moments.
You never know what incredible stories you'll bring back.
And that makes me think, what about you? What's a travel experience, good or bad, that's really stuck with you? How did it change your perspective, even in a small way?
That's something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Of course, it's been a pleasure. See you next time.
See ya. Time 2, 1.